All right, fellas. I think it's time. There is, in fact, a new #1 lowest float skin in the game. Holy. That's pretty crazy. Mac 10 Bronzer. One of the new skins. This was a weekly drop. Mac 10 Bronzer out of the Radiant collection. 0.000000000. I think I might have missed a 0, 1, 0. Now, this already is insane, right? But I'm pretty sure Mac 10 Bronzer, shouldn't this be no float cap? Oh no, there is a float cap, but it's only 0.8. Okay, so why that matters? It's way harder for a skin to get low float when the float cap is more expanse. So when it goes from 0 to 0.8, that means there's a lot more likelihood that it goes in the middle here rather than over here at the 0 mark. There's a way more chance that it goes to like 0.3 to 0.4. So field tested to well-worn range, right? Eye of Zephems, what is that? That one's even slightly higher. So that one would have been harder to get with 9 zeros. This one's just slightly lower, but it does have a smaller float cap, to be fair, so makes sense. But guys, it beat the old one, the old Bronzer, by 5 zeros. Let's talk about how insanely rare this is. Hey, have you heard that skins make you play the game better? Try Skins Monkey, a trading site where you can instantly trade skins safely and easily. Pick your skins, explore thousands of available items, and then trade to get new ones right away. And if it's your first time, you could use code ARROW to get up to $5 for free on your first trade. And if you want to buy skins, with code ARROW, you'll get an extra 5% on top of the 30% deposit bonus every time. That's, let me get a calc, 35% more skins. They also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, so use code ARROW to trade out your old skins and buy new ones. Link is in the description. So, since the Eye of Zephems has a different float cap than the Bronzer, this might very well be the lowest possible float that an Eye of Zephems could ever go to. 9 zeros and then a 1, 9, 3, 9, 5. Correct? So that very well could have been the lowest float for that exact float value, for that exact float cap, which we already saw. It's 0 to 0.85. But since Bronzer is 0 to 0.8, that means that the lowest possible float cap is actually lower than the Eye of Zephems, just mathematically. Right? So this might actually be the lowest possible float for the Mac 10 Bronzer. I mean, it's obviously still very impressive that this Mac 10 Bronzer got created so fast. Within a month and a half, this is now the new lowest float skin out of the new collections. Does this guy even have any idea? Let me take a look at his Steam. NNBKL. Okay, so he has an $11 inventory. His inventory might have just 1,000x'd in price. I could probably see someone paying like $10,000 for this. I believe Megalodon paid 20,000, right? I know somebody offered this guy a Dragonlore Factory New, but then Megalodon paid more. But then again, that is a way better skin, the Eye of Zephems versus this. I don't remember how much he paid. If someone has that number, that'd be good. 55k. Ain't no way. God, my memory as I'm growing older in age is just, it's becoming so bad. Oh, here's Distortion. This is literally the guy who helped sell the Og Zephems. The Og sold for $53,000. Okay, I did not remember that happened. So he basically paid like 100k for the craft and the low float of it. Now, does it make it not 50k because the Bronzer got dropped? Well, I don't think it was ever a 50k Og. It's just Megalodon really wanted it. It was never 50k. It was never 50k. That's just an insane price. I feel like realistically, it probably should have just been like 15, maybe 20k. Because this Gator Mesh sold for a Kato 2014 capsule, 15 to 20k. This is a little bit better, but also floats are just not as hyped as they used to be. I feel like 20k would have been fair. But 50k, whatever. This is literally enough money to retire this guy. nowadays, because I think he was in Russia. Anyway, this guy is Chinese. NNBKL. Let's see how many hours he has in Counter-Strike. Oh my god. Oh my god. He has 181 hours, and he just accidentally, without even knowing it, got dropped this. A 9-0 and then 1 Mac 10 bronzer. I think the AUG is a completely different league, and if Megalodon isn't interested in this one, it probably won't go above 10k by that much. But I think that this realistically could fetch 10k. Maybe add him and warn him about potential scams. Okay, I'm going to assume he's already got a full friends list. Yes. Okay, so since so many scammers and people trying to, you know, shark him have already added him, it's out of my hands. I literally can't do anything. It's crazy. A 1 skin inventory, and it's worth 10, maybe 15k, realistically. Like, if it goes above 15k, I would... I mean, this is Counter-Strike, so I guess I wouldn't be that surprised, but it's just like, damn, really? For a consumer grade, which might actually get beaten? I think the problem with this sort of thing is that it still can get beaten. I've calculated what the lowest possible float in the world truly is. Here, take a look at this. Safe House collection. What can you get out of that collection? This is still an actively dropping skin. This sucker right here. The SSG 08 Acid Fade. And this is still a dropping collection. Alongside all of these new ones, which have a lot of consumer grades that you can get, there's still Safe House. They didn't get rid of that yet. So why would I kind of be iffy about getting this for like 20k? Well, let's take a look at the float cap on the Acid Fade. I know I already showed you guys the M9 bayonets with the Doppler 0 to 0.8. Insane. That's a really, really small float cap. So that means you're going to have a really good chance of getting first off, a factory new. 97% of the time you're getting factory new. But then there's also a very good chance of it being a low float. But take a look at the Acid Fade. The float cap on this skin is 0 to 0.03. It can't even be non-factory new. That is insane. Because not only is it more likely for the float to be 0.00, 0.000, you know, triple O, double O, sometimes even quadruple O, and that's not even that surprising to see nowadays. That means that the lowest possible float cap is lower than any other skin in the game. Because, as I was talking about earlier, you have the 2 billion different floats that you can get, and then it's rounded to these 1 billion different floats that you can get. So I have the exact odds here in this video. Here. So, because of the float cap on the SSG Acid Fade, the theoretical lowest possible float in Counter-Strike is 0.00000000001. If my calculations are correct, that's 10 zeros and then a 1, which is a whole extra 0 lower than this Mac 10 bronzer, if my calculations are correct. That is insane. So, like, yes, this is a massive step forward, right? Because we're down 1 billionth of a thing. What 1 billionth, whatever.
Yes?
1/10 billionth of a thing. Oh my god. Oh my, not Kev. Just gifted 100 subs.
Yes?
What?
Yes?
Bro, I can't stop yapping. I need to finish this clip. I'm so sorry. I need to mute this so I can think straight. Okay, I'm almost finished. I'm not talking about the goon corner, top right. I'm talking about the yap sesh. Okay. Bro, what is Dua Lipa doing over there? Guys, let me focus. Anyways. What's up, Anna? Okay, chill. Distortion says, the chances of getting such a skin are 1 in 14 billion. For this and or this. I mean, the thing is, I feel like every time we talk about this, I hear a different number. So, like, even me, who's, like, nerd about this and actually cares, the numbers are always different. Because it's, like, it's hard to calculate, you know? I'm pretty sure the last time that I looked into it and actually calculated the exact odds of not only getting, like, this low of a float, but also this low of a float where it's 10 zeros on an acid fade, the last time that I checked, the exact odds to unbox something like this, or to get this as a drop, or to just to get it at all, the odds that I came to the conclusion of took me hours and hours and hours of work. I literally have like full notepad of writing down notes and trying to come to a conclusion. The exact odds are 50-50. Because it's either you get it or you don't. And that's the truth. Oh my god. Roma, did you just add that one? Okay, sorry. I need to not look at my second monitor. Lock in, Arrow. Lock in. Okay. Guys, chill! Oh my god. Okay. Make sure to subscribe.